1 2. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Little get down on my latest single with Peso 9003, Craev, and Eddy Rotten. It's called Let Us Pray. Available everywhere right now. It was a super simple beat. Got a lot of space for the homies to get down. Most of it was done on the SP, except for like maybe some shakers, tambourine, and a hi-hat that I added live, a live hi-hat for my drum set at the studio. The SP taught me a lot. Taught me to listen to samples, listen to them differently, coming from using a DAW, using Logic. So jumping on the SP was a different way to approach making beats, making hip hop music, making all kinds of different sounds on it. Pretty fun machine if you guys ever looking into one. Um, it's more of a effects box, groove box thing than it is a full on production like maybe like MPC or a machine or whatever else there is out there. But yeah, this one's super dope. Um, all the homies got down. Like they're really saying some stuff. Very vulnerable track. Peso, talking about some personal life stuff. You know what I mean? That, otherwise he wouldn't have if the beat didn't invoke that kind of feeling. Eddy Rotten, similar feeling, man. Like he's got a lot of, everyone got their introspective tip. Craev really takes it home after working off everyone, listening to what they did. I think we were all together in the room when we made this one, essentially. Maybe aside from Craev, but he can't elaborate on that. But for sure Eddy Rotten and Peso were in the studio with me when we all made this together. So it's a sample I got laid out on all the pads. Me and Peso working on an album, The Helping Hand, coming out soon. So we've been dropping singles, a lot of the work out there, so it's not just a random drop of numerous amounts of tracks. Maybe a little overwhelming for a lot of people. Mainly 4 samples that I mainly used on this one, aside from like the outro. If you listen to the track, I kind of just let it run. So I really use that part because of the little the drum flam thing in the beginning. So I really like that. So this part's kind of the part that everyone's rocking over, everyone's rapping over. And there's not really a chorus in this song, but I guess it's a part that evokes that kind of feeling. So it's kind of like the chorus section. It's crazy. It's like, if you heard what he's saying right there, he's saying a helping hand. And we already had the idea to call this next album The Helping Hand. So when I found this sample and I heard that it said that, it was just kismet, man. It was perfect. It was meant to be. And then I used this sample. It's kind of like to break it up, not be so monotonous, not just the same thing over and over, just kind of like a little dynamic part. I mean, coming from a drummer background, that's like something I look for. You know what I mean? Or try to keep it dynamic and, try to, like the way a drummer would do like drum fills. I use it mainly for that initial first hit to just signal kind of like a change. Basically this, with even those 4 samples, aside from the outro, that's I think this part. I started off with just a kick and a snare and then playing the sample, basically performing it live with the sample. So triggering the drums and the sample at the same time, that's what I tracked out live. So I didn't really record a pattern because it's kind of like a really swingy. So you kind of have to really pay attention to it. And sometimes when you lock it into the grid, it doesn't really do a good job of that. It cut your sample off too soon or too early or whatever. So it kind of loses some of that feeling. A lot of the times that's what I end up doing. I just track it live from the SP, where I just like feed all my drums to the left and all my samples to the right, or vice versa, whatever. So that way I could like split them up and have more control over the mixing part of it. Or sometimes I don't. I just let it rock how it is, just because I kind of already mixed it in the SP itself. It has a lot of good capabilities to do stuff. Obviously, it's limited to a certain amount of things, so just gotta work with it. And that's what I appreciate about this machine, particularly, is that I'm able just to work with the limitations in it and not really like overthink a lot of things and really just go with what I'm feeling. Do a little demonstration real quick, the best I can right now as I can remember it, because this beat was done like over a year ago, as well as the vocals that were tracked over a year ago. So I'm just glad it's finally out now, and glad we're getting the ball rolling on a lot of music that we got coming out soon with Peso, 9003, Eddy Rotten, Craev, No Limit Kid. Um, just a lot of homies that are on this stuff. My cousin, Migo Sanchez, if you know who he is, check it out. That's pretty. Recorded this into Logic, did my dynamic stuff, whether it be the filtering or cutting of the beat, whatever, just to give it more depth, more dynamics, not make it so monotonous. Let Us Pray, available everywhere, streaming, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, all that good stuff. Check it out there. Once again, that's Let Us Pray by me, Peso 9003, featuring Eddy Rotten and Craev. Let us pray.
Let us pray. Let us pray together. Not apart, but let us pray together. Not with one hand, but hand in hand.